Well, I'm just getting set up to plant some seeds. It's for a little collaboration put on by Mike's Chaotic Gardening and GTJR Grows It in Alaska. Hashtag WIG 2023. So this collab starts at the beginning of December 2023, and it runs through, I believe it's till the beginning part of April. And it is about growing indoors, growing food indoors. Even though it may be really early for a lot of people, it kind of just gets you thinking outside of the box. Well, what can I grow for myself in the house that I will consume? So after some thinking, I thought, well, I want to try some bok choy. I have some seeds that I have saved in their pods. I keep them in small cans like this, shake it around, and then scoop them out of the bottom. So I'm gonna, here's some of the seeds here, and that'll go in a pot. Here's some chamomile that I've grown. These are my seeds that I've saved for this year to grow outside, and these might be pretty tasty when they come up as well. I also seed saved dandelion, and I thought that might be an interesting thing to grow. I have never grown dandelion on purpose before. Not sure how long it's going to take for it to pop up. Now, I was putting garlic in the freezer about 3 weeks ago, and I thought, well, why don't I just save some of these, leave it at room temperature, and when I'm ready to pop it in a pot, it will be just starting to sprout. And see, there's some roots on there, and I think there was one in here that has sprouted a little top, but the roots, there's definitely a lot of air roots going on here. So that's perfect. I will fill up one of these pots with that as well. Now, I'm not sure what the name of these peas are. My dad grew them last year and they were wonderful. So when he was away and I was helping with the seed saving, a lot of his pods were sufficiently dried. I took them off as they were ready and continued to dry them in their pods, and I saved some. So let's try that, because that might be good too. So in one of my smaller containers that I save seeds in, it's wonderful. It's just from like a bakery, and I flip it upside down after I've washed it out, and it's perfect. They stack. So I do have some bush beans that I have saved seeds. I'm going to use a few of those. This one I had purchased last year. It did really well. I didn't start it inside though, so let's see how that's going to do. And this one, I've never purchased this brand before. And let's give that a shot, because as soon as it pops up, I can harvest it. And we're going to put the last of the beans in there. The same thing again. It's a large seed, so it's going to go down a little bit further. I did kind of overplant this. I'm not sure if it'll come up. If I need to thin it out, I'll thin it out. Here, I'll just tamp that down a little bit, just so that the soil has contact with the seed for when it's watered. It'll help the germination. I'm just planting in some peas. I like to go, like the size of the seed, I like to go 3 times the depth down. So just kind of brushing it in there. A little different because it is in pots. It's not going to get washed away by a torrential downpour. Hopefully not. It's going to be kept inside. Now, the garlic, I'm going to be planting them pretty thick here. I know I won't be getting cloves from it, but I'll be able to cut the greens and use that for cooking and in my salads. Just gotta push that in a little further. There we go. Cover it up a little more. There. All right, all done. So I went through the seeds, the dandelions, and tried to find seeds that were fairly mature. And I just broadcasted them across the top here. And I'm going to lightly cover them with soil and tamp them down. Now I did the same thing with the chamomile. I just lightly sprinkle it across the top, and I'm just going to put a very thin layer over top and just gently press the soil just enough to make contact with the seed. And same thing again with the very, very tiny seeds of the bok choy. I just broadcast it across the dirt on the pot, and I'm just going to lightly cover it. Gently press down. Now the mesclun mix, which is a really wonderful lettuce mix. Same thing again. I broadcasted it on the soil already, and I'm just tamping it down just a little bit. Just doing a light sprinkle of the chives. I'm going to do it rather thickly. Yeah, it'll be nice to see what pops up here and just see how the germination is and the growth on these items inside. It'll be fun if it does grow enough to actually get to eat it. Just gonna go over these until they're well saturated. I did water the bigger ones ahead of that, but I do like using my mustard bottle for the lighter stuff like the chives and the mesclun mix and the bok choy and chamomile, dandelion. But these guys here, I've already soaked them. I got them planted. Feels really weird having them in this early. Looking forward to next year getting them in for the first week of December. That is exciting. I am actually going to plan for that. I'm so looking forward to it. And what a wonderful challenge this is, to grow something to eat indoors and harvest it before the beginning of April. Hashtag WIG 2023. So with any luck, maybe in a few weeks, we'll have a plant that looks like this. One of my grandchildren got to plant this at school, put the seeds in their little cup, and we got to see them just before Christmas, and I'm the caretaker of this wonderful plant. It just keeps growing and growing. Oh my goodness, like it's, oh gosh, it's well over a foot tall now. And it's doing very well. Whatever they planted it in, it's quite happy. And hopefully in a few weeks, it's going to have a few friends join it. Take care, everyone, and enjoy your growing.